just like his pocket
normal
knife.
Yeah, like a normal knife. And then he goes to get a kitchen knife. Sorry, I missed out the word kitchen. And stabs Stephen in his throat with a bigger knife because he wants him gone. Repeating that he hates gay men. He then proceeds to cut open Stephen from sternum to scrotum. And this is all why he's fucking still alive. This is the worst. I'm really making my fucking anxiety a lot worse by doing this. This is horrible. The final thing that he does is he cuts off Stephen's penis and puts it in his mouth to stop him from screaming and moaning.
What a cunt.
Can't say that word.
Skip that bit out.
No, I will leave it in.
Bleep it out.
That's effort for me to bleep it.
Sorry.
I'm going to leave it in. Apologies, people, for using that word. I mean, people probably aren't offended by that word, but I know some people are.
So I'm sorry.
We'd rather not use that word.
Sorry, guys.
It's probably the only thing that we do sort of censor ourselves with, is that one word. So yeah, he puts his penis through in his mouth and leaves him there. He goes and gets some money. He robs his house, steals his money and shit, and then he leaves the scene, which is kind of a good thing in a way that he starts stealing shit. Because I'll tell you something else at the end.
He gets found out through that.
No.
Oh.
No. He gets found out in a very...
No,
I'll tell you in a second. Ricky becomes, he's hysterical. For some reason, he's been really angry. It seems like this one's been really aggressive and emotionally fueled this particular time.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of testosterone. So he's hysterically screaming. He's all shaky. He returns home and tells Sharon what he's done. She sort of chills him out. She goes, "It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it." And that was the end of that bit.
Okay.
But of course, all this sort of killing and shit that was going on started to take its toll on their relationship. To this point, their marriage seems to go downhill following the murders.
Oh, such a shame.
I know. By the way, people at home, Alan doesn't do sarcasm the greatest, so I don't know if you
Fuck off.
Could you get that? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I just want to emphasize that
it was very monotone.
I wanted to emphasize that.
Sarcastic.
I wanted to emphasize that it was sarcasm, though, just in case you don't know. So yeah, following the murders, the two of them start to drink really heavily. Sharon joins in on the heavy drinking, and they start to use the drugs at this point as well. A few years later, Sharon packs up her things and leaves because she just can't deal with all that shit. Ricky never hears from Sharon much after that point.
Okay.
On October 5th, 1990, while Ricky was at home, his house was surrounded by police, and he was arrested for capital murder for the death of Stephen Pfefferman. Ricky had knew the day would come that he'd get caught, but he never knew it would have been at the hands of Sharon, the wife he loved. And that, my friends, is the story of Ricky Lee Green and Sharon Dollar.
What?
Yeah, so I ended it there for dramatic purposes, but there are more little extra details to the story as well.
Okay.
Which I looked at from that big lengthy police thingamajiggy that I looked at.
Thingamajiggy.
Yeah, thingamajiggy. So Fort Worth police detective Danny LaRue asked Ricky at the time of his arrest why he killed, and Ricky apparently said they all deserved it. They were kind of dregs of society in his eyes. The detective also believed at least 12 other unsolved murders in North Texas resembled Ricky's trademarks, i.e. the penis in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But those weren't ever found to be a thing. He was never found to be guilty for those.
Okay.
Ricky got 3 life sentences, 1 for each murder, and spent almost 11 years in prison before being sentenced to death for the murder of Stephen Pfefferman on October 9th, 1997 by lethal injection. The interesting part about that is what I said about the stealing thing. I was looking at that the police thing that I was looking at. It said that they were trying to get him for the death sentence, and they needed to prove that he was doing. I don't understand this particularly. I mean, I don't know law, but in this document, it says that they were trying to get him. They were trying to prove that he performed the murder as a conscious decision, so that he could then perform another crime. So the fact that he killed him and then robbed him sort of made this little crime sandwich, which they could then use to get him the death sentence. I don't know law.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but I know there are lots of little things, because it differentiates between state to state, right, as well.
It does, yeah.
And different counties and things. I don't really know what people need to do different things, but apparently that's on that document. That's what I could surmise or gather from that information.
Okay.
So the stealing of the thing is actually the kind of the thing that got him the death sentence. Sharon got 10 years probation for her part in the crimes.
What?
Now, my only assumption is that it's because she came forward.
I still don't think that's good.
Some sort of plea deal or something, maybe? But it's really bad, right?
No, really, really bad.
It's really bad she didn't get harsher punishment. But if that, if she literally was holding on to this information and she said, I'm not going to give you this until you give me a better deal, then the other option is that she goes away scot-free and doesn't get any punishment at all. And also he doesn't get caught and he's left out to commit more crimes.
Yeah.
That is the alternative scenario which could have happened in the situation.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, quick top fact for you, when they give him the lethal injection, they only used one needle, because apparently they usually use 2 needles, one in each arm, but he had messed up his veins so badly in his left arm, I think it was, that they couldn't find a good enough vein for the other one. So they just used the one and pumped everything all into the one.
What does that do? Anything different, or?
I don't think so. He died anyway, the same way.
No, I mean, is it like more?
I think it was slow. It might have been a bit slow.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a bit slower, because they put in the description this document that. Oh, well, I don't want to go into it.
Why are you whispering?
No. They put in the description of the document like how he was like gasping for air and stuff like that at the time.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's common or not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But no. Very bad guy. Awful guy. Terrible guy. And a shitty woman as well. Very shitty
and a
woman.
very bad woman.
Yeah, I said shitty woman.
No, very bad, and exactly the same as him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no disputing that at all in any way, shape or form. She should have got equal, if not almost equal, sentencing to him. Just the same time in prison, right? 10, 11 years in prison without the death sentence, maybe?
I would say longer than that, a life sentence.
Yeah, she fucking beat some woman's head in with a hammer and then got fucked in her blood. Yes, you're right. Think about it.
She took the first blow to that woman as well, right?
Yeah, she stabbed her first. Yeah. Yes. No, that's really bad. Why didn't they give her longer?
To be fair, I think what you said is right, which is wrong.
She probably held the information captive. Right. Oh. This is it's been a different one, but it's been gruesome and grisly, and I actually feel for these victims quite a lot, even considering that we didn't usually learn about the victims a bit more, about their backstories and things, and there's like a ton of information that really builds up the character of who they are, but just the severity and horribleness of those crimes, like I couldn't even imagine being in that situation. So yeah, as always, condolences to the victims, their friends, their families, anyone who known them, and also if possibly 18 other people as well. That's insane. Yeah,
it's messed up. It's fucked, basically.
Yeah, you always seem really depressed at the end of this show.
It's really heavy.
It is. It's really, really fucking heavy. But we need to try and keep it as light as we can for the people at home to digest it in a digestible way. It's like a spoonful of sugar, right?
Okay.
Spoonful of sugar. Spoonful of sugar. Makes spoonful of sugar.
Don't say it.
Helps the murder go down. The murder
Oh, no.
go down. See, there you go. Now you're smiling, bitch. No, of course, hero. I don't really know if there is any.
I don't think there is one.
I mean, usually we would talk about the police if they got the from the crime, but I guess
if you want to be very controversial,
Sharon.
yeah.
What's it Batman says? Stay long enough, bro. Be a hero long enough to see yourself become a villain. What about this? Be a villain long enough to see yourself become a hero. Like the reverse Batman. No. Fuck her.
She's
I'm
still
not
a dick.
I'm not saying that she's a fucking hero. Fuck her. She's a fucking horrible woman. Horrible one. But yeah. Oh, can we say that? Oh, yes. The next thing is this one. We can say it. We can say it out loud. Okay, so to both Ricky Lee Green and Sharon Dollar, even though you have a cool drag queen name, we want to say a huge and a very emotionally fueled and passionate Fuck
you.
You were so loud then. Did you get very close to your microphone?
Yeah, you said it very emotional and passionate, and I was being emotional and passionate.
Oh, okay.
Emotional.
Oh, okay. Right, that's fine. Yeah, so that was great. I'm extremely sweaty at the moment.
Oh, me too.
I don't know. The weather for October
It's very weird.
Extremely hot.
And the skyline looks like
summer.
The box from Rocky Horror Picture Show where Rocky is in.
Oh, you mean with the colours on it?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that would help. Yes, it does. If people can picture that, because this is not a visual medium. But yes, if you can imagine that is what the sky looks like. But yes, it's just very hot at the moment, so I'm sweating my fucking balls off. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a bit more chilled out because the last few episodes have been really intense. Even though this one was sort of the vibe of it was pretty intense.
I think the other three, because it was just one continuous story, that's what made it very intense for me.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
For me, the last one was like the amount of information that was being put out there in each episode. It was quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to sort of balance it out really well.
Mm-hmm.
To the best of our ability. This one, I just wanted to have just more of a conversation with you and just talk shit, to be honest with you.
And I think that was achieved.
As much, yes. Maybe too much shit was talked, maybe. We never will know. But that's it. That's the podcast. That is what you're getting, whether or not you like it or not. That is it.
Bye, guys.
What? No, don't duck out. We need to wrap it up. We're overrunning. So yeah, if you haven't already, forgot to mention this at the start, make sure to follow us on our social medias at Murderland Pod is Twitter, and also on our Facebook page, Adventures in Murderland. All our social medias, including mine and Alan's Twitter and my YouTube channel, will be in the show notes down below. Also, feel free to comment and rate us and leave us some feedback on any of the platforms which you currently listen to us on, whether that's at iTunes, or I don't think Spotify has it, but Deezer or anything like that. Give us feedback. We really want feedback as much as possible. Constructive or positive, doesn't matter.
Are we on Deezer as well?
We will be very soon, because Spreaker, the people who host our lovely podcast, have recently introduced the ability for us to publish it on Deezer. So,
cool.
Deezer should be up in maybe a week or two.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hot, sexy times. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much once again for listening. I have been Mike James.
And I've been Alan.
And make sure to tune in next week for even more adventures in Murderland. Goodbye.
Bye.